Good morning, Cowboys fans. It is Defeat Monday as we are on a disappointing Monday morning as the Dallas Cowboys lose in really ugly fashion to the Kansas City Chiefs / don't call us Dallas Texans. 19-9 yesterday. We all saw it. What went right? What went wrong? Not a lot went right. I'll tell you that right now. We're going to talk about some players that had a good game. There were a couple. We'll talk a little injuries and maybe some keys to why this game did not go well for the Cowboys. And also, did the Cowboys make a huge mistake going into the game yesterday? I think they did, because it's quite obvious they did now. But it's a move that many of them wanted to make. I'm IndyCar Tim. Good morning. Welcome into the Dallas Cowboys Daily Blitz. By the way, if you're watching on YouTube, like the channel, subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment on the video. Let me know what your thoughts about the Cowboys' performance yesterday. Who you thought performed well, if anybody, and who you thought maybe, didn't. I guess we'll put it nicely. Who you think maybe didn't. Let's get into some stats real quick before we get into injuries. Dak Prescott, not his best day. Even the passes I thought that he had time to throw, he was not accurate. He was having an off day. They mentioned it on the broadcast a couple times. Just his throws were just a little off. And we know that he was hurried on a lot of throws. Something else that's curious to me is he did not look like he was the most mobile of quarterbacks yesterday. He chose to stay in the pocket as the pocket was collapsing way too many times rather than try to run the ball out. And if you'll notice, there were maybe not any called quarterback draws, quarterback options, whatever. There weren't hardly any play calls, and maybe not any. I can't recall one right now off the top of my head that Kellen Moore called to get Dak out of the pocket. So I don't know if there's maybe a little injury situation there that we're not that we don't know about. But it just seemed odd to me that Dak did not use his legs more when he was clearly under pressure a lot in the game. And I know a lot of times when he was under pressure, he was sacked 5 times. I know a lot of times it collapsed very quickly and he did not have time to run. But I thought even the times that I thought, well, for sure he's going to take off here. He's got room. But no, he stayed in the pocket looking for an open receiver, which most of the time there wasn't one. So, again, I don't know. Something to look out there for. Dak, 28 of 43, 216 yards. That's just 5 yards per pass. That's not Dak Prescott-like at all. And, of course, the 2 picks, no touchdowns. Very disappointing performance by Dak. Again, we can attribute a lot of that to the breakdown of the offensive line. Speaking of that breakdown of the offensive line, we know the Cowboys were toying with a shakeup there as they were replacing, swapping out the 2 Connors there at left guard and or at right guard. Left guard, right guard. I can't remember where the Connors play now. They've shaken up the offensive line so many times now I can't even remember where they started. But apparently that was not the right move as that offensive line was in trouble all day long. La'el Collins did not have the greatest game. Zach Martin was good. They were missing Tyron Smith for sure. Just the offensive line just looked terrible and no cohesiveness. Tyler Biadasz, he doesn't even belong in the NFL as far as I'm concerned. They have no other options. I really thought they would go out and get a center before the trade deadline. Nick Martin was available there in Las Vegas, Zach Martin's brother. Certainly serviceable on the offensive line, and he was available. And the Cowboys probably could have got him for a 6th-round pick. But for whatever reason, the Cowboys chose not to do that. But, yes, Dak was in trouble all day. His passer rating just 57.9 on the day. Just a horrific day for Dak. The running game, because of the offensive line, could not get things going. Pollard, 7 carries for 50 yards. Keep in mind, 31 of those yards came on one play. That little option was pretty cool. Or was it the non-option, the little fake toss back, whatever it was. It was a cool play, and it worked. But yeah, 50 yards on 7 carries, that's an average of 7.1. But remember, 31 of those came on one play. Zeke Elliott, 9 carries, 32 yards. That's an average of 3.6. Not the best day for Zeke, and I also thought he did not have the best day blocking. I've been the biggest proponent of Zeke and the way he's played this year. Thought he's having the best year, I think, of his career. But you won't see it in the stats because he's having one of the best years blocking, picking up blitzes, helping out on the offensive line, helping out with blocking schemes, but not yesterday. I thought he had a pretty bad day yesterday when it came down to that. Receiving, your leading receiver on the day, boys and girls, and yes, we'll get into some injuries in just a second. Your leading receiver on the day, Dalton Schultz, 6 catches, 53 yards. 19 of those on one play, targeted 8 times. Michael Gallup, we thought would have a huge day. By the way, I called this as soon as CD Lamb went out on Twitter. I said, look for Dalton to be the leading receiver, and he was. Gallup thought he'd have a bigger game than he did, just 5 catches on 10 targets, and he had dropitis quite a bit. Noah Brown also, no catches on 2 targets. He dropped both of his targets, so he wasn't going to see the ball again. Malik Turner, 1 catch on 2 targets. Of course, CD Lamb went out, 3 catches on 4 targets. He had a drop. CD Lamb had a drop. Zeke caught the ball well out of the backfield. Caught all 6 passes, 6 catches, 6 targets, 36 yards. Again, not a bad day offensively, but I thought otherwise Zeke had a terrible game. Cedric Wilson had a drop, a couple of drops maybe, I don't remember, at least one. But, yeah, just fumbleitis. Zach had 2 fumbles, they lost 1. Zach, of course, with the 2 picks. Dak, sorry, I haven't had my coffee yet this morning. Defensively, I thought the Cowboys did not play horribly. I don't know how many of you guys are Texas A&M Aggies football fans. I am. I cover the Aggies for Sports Illustrated, allaggies.com. So I've watched every single Aggies game. And I thought this Cowboys game reminded me a lot of an Aggies game where the defense kind of kept the team in the game, just waiting for just a spark on offense late in the game. Which has been the Aggies really their whole year without a powerful offense, with a very lackluster offense, questionable quarterback. But that's what it looked like to me today, watching the Cowboys. The defense was trying to just hold them in the game. The defense did not play horribly, but the offense just never found a spark. That strip sack by Micah Parsons near the end of the first half, that should have been a turning point. The Cowboys had to collect points, had to have a touchdown going into the half, especially with Kansas City coming out of the locker room with the ball to start the second half, and they could do absolutely nothing. Again, Dak trying to force the ball, and it was a terrible throw, terrible decision. The receiver wasn't open. You didn't need all of it on that one play. And just a wasted opportunity. The Cowboys for the day, just 5 of 15 on third down. That tells you something right there. Didn't even get a chance to go for it on fourth down. 276 total yards on the day for the Cowboys, but a lot of that was late in the game. Garbage time, if you want to call it that. Just 4.3 yards per play. Not very good to the Chiefs, 5.6. So 82 total rushing yards on the day. 0 for 2 in the red zone. Another telltale sign that the Cowboys had an off day. Injuries. Of course, CD Lamb going out in concussion protocol. We may not have, well, we already know the Cowboys will not have Cooper because he's still going to be in COVID protocol. Now I'm hearing, even though we heard Dak at the end of the game in his post game answered a question about it, said, no, he was fine. CD said he was fine. Everything's going to be fine. He's fine. However, multiple media outlets today are reporting CD Lamb's status for Thursday's Thanksgiving Day game for the Cowboys against the Raiders is in jeopardy. That he may not be cleared to play Thursday, which means we would be going into Thursday against the Raiders, and I know it's the Raiders, but good God, if we don't have, the Cowboys don't have a lot of their receiver core, this game's in question. But yeah, so the Cowboys may be playing Thursday without Tyron, without CeeDee Lamb, without Amari Cooper. And I'm still curious to hear, like I brought up at the beginning of the show, if there's anything wrong with Dak, if that calf's not bothering him, or if he had another injury somewhere else. He wasn't limping or anything. I just don't understand why he did not run the ball more. I don't understand it, but did not see it. 3 turnovers for the Cowboys. KC cashed in on every one of those for points, and that was a big reason the Cowboys just couldn't get it done yesterday. That and, KC, by the way, KC started, they scored on their first 3 possessions of the game, something that a Cowboys team hadn't allowed since 2017, I think. So, yeah, the defense failed a little bit to start the game, putting the Cowboys in a bit of a hole. But anyway, hey, let's look up. Let's look for Thursday. It's a short week. We'll keep an eye on the injuries for you. We'll report back here. Again, subscribe to the channel. Leave me some questions here at the bottom of the video. I would love to correspond with you there. Find me on Twitter at IndyCarTim, right there. I think I don't have the graphics on the screen yet, but I think it's going to be right there. And let's correspond. Let's talk some Cowboys. I'll see you on Facebook, Instagram, IndyCarTim on Instagram. Reach out to me there. I'll trade you follows. Let's be friends. We'll do it again tomorrow with some more, maybe this afternoon if we get some more injury updates, but we'll keep you apprised of everything that's happening. I'm IndyCarTim for the Dallas Cowboys Daily Blitz for DSP Media Network and the Fish Report on YouTube. Until tomorrow, or today, whenever it is, we'll see you.